guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my August favorites video, and let's get one thing out of the way. My roots, getting them done this week. They're so bad, I know. I just look here, not here. Anyways, so today's video is going to be my August favorites video, and I do have a lot more like face products to show you this time, and I'm super excited to tell you about them. I've had a lot of great like discoveries this month, so sorry if I'm yelling too. My dog is right here and he's trying to like he's trying to steal all my makeup that I have sitting in front of me. So if you hear me yelling at him, then you know what's going on. Okay, so let's just jump right in because I don't know how long this is going to take. So the first thing that I had to show you is probably the thing that I'm most excited about, and in a nutshell, my dog decided that he wanted to eat my beauty blender. And if you know what a beauty blender is, those things aren't, I mean, they're not like insanely expensive, but they aren't cheap. They're $20 for like this little sponge that works amazing. The beauty blender was like my most favorite thing ever. Like, I was so glad I bought it. I had tried like dupes from Target and whatnot, and they just did not work. And so I was so upset when I found out he chewed up my beauty blender. And so I was like waiting and waiting, and I was like, should I buy another one? Should I not? Because what if the same thing happens again? Maybe I'll just go and try to find one from somewhere else. Anyways, so a lot of people have been saying that they've been finding dupes at like TJ Maxx, like Marshalls, things like that. So I went to my local TJ Maxx and I found this guy, and I threw away the box. I know I shouldn't have. I threw away the box, but I want to say this is by like Revive, like the brand is Revive. I'm sure if you were to Google like Revive beauty sponge, something like that, it would come up. And it's hard because I don't have the beauty blender next to me to compare it to, but from what I remember, this literally feels exactly the same. Like, no difference at all, same shape, same point, like everything, and it works just as good. And I can't believe how much I missed my beauty blender until I got this, and I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing, like, ugh. And then I got mad at my dog all over again. But yeah, it's so squishy, so like it's not firm at all. I mean, a little bit, so you can dab it like under your eyes and stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, it is so squishy, you get it wet, and it's just, it like grows. It's seriously like the perfect dupe. And I don't know if you can see him, but he's like trying to play with me while I'm talking, and it's not working. But yeah, this is like the most perfect dupe for a beauty blender I've ever found. And I've found like I bought like 3 or 4 different kind of beauty sponges, and this one by far has been like the best one I've ever bought. Definitely go check your local TJ Maxx or Marshalls, and this was only $4.99, which is like so much cheaper than a beauty blender. So definitely go check that out. It was like a huge score. I almost want to go back and get more just in case my little guy over here gets to it again. So the next thing that I have to show you is a new foundation, and I was very hesitant on trying this foundation because I do have really oily skin, and this is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Luminous. Sorry, the light. I'm using my window again. This is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Luminous foundation. It comes in like the red bottle. I know they have an Outlast also that comes in the blue bottle, and I like that one as well. But for some reason, I was very scared to try this because luminous, I have oily skin. That's not necessarily something someone with oily skin wants. Yes, I want my skin to look healthy and glowy, but not while looking greasy, because I already get that look naturally. But I have just heard so many good things about it, and for some reason, I would just see it on the shelf, and it was like looking at me, and I just wanted to try it so bad. So I gave it a shot, I bought it, and I must say that I am like beyond impressed with this foundation. Right now, this is like my favorite foundation. I am wearing it today. It just makes me look like I have like good skin. Like, it looks like my skin, but better. Nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. It blends out like a dream. It just makes your skin look so healthy and glowing. I absolutely love it, 110%. Disregarding what other people have told me about, you know, having oily skin and this not working, I completely disagree with that. I think that it works fantastic. The only thing that I have to do is set my face with a little bit of translucent powder, but not even that much. Like, it's just mostly like right under my eyes and in like my T-zone, which is normal for like any foundation that I use. So I don't see it being that much different from any of my other foundations in that sense. So 110% I recommend this if you have dry skin or oily skin and you're looking for just that foundation that just gives you a nice glow and makes you look healthy and like just glowing from within. I would 110% recommend this one for sure. That, like, new favorite. I'm wearing it today and I love it. My dog's squeaking on a toy over here, so if you hear some squeaks, you know what's happening. So going along with foundations, I wanted to try the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and I have mine in the shade 103, and let me tell you, finding your right shade in this foundation is a royal pain. Like, I have returned and bought 6 of these. 6. And that just goes to show how much I absolutely love the formula. Like, it is amazing. I have never had such, like, literally, like, airbrush finished skin. Like, my skin has been breaking out really bad lately. I don't know if it's like the weather or the allergies or like what's going on, but this is definitely full coverage and gives you like a luminous, glowy, like natural look. This is like hardcore, not like cake face though. Like, you literally just look like you have airbrushed perfection skin. And I usually put on 2 layers of this. If not, I notice that it can cling to some of my dry patches. But if I put 2 layers on and I also use a primer, it is like so amazing, so fantastic. And I also sheer it out a little bit with this guy. Like, when I put on my concealer after, I'll like run it over the rest of my face. And it's seriously, like, I have the most flawless, gorgeous looking skin I've ever seen in like the longest amount of time, because I have had such bad skin lately. I don't know what is going on. And this like makes it look like that I have like perfect skin. And I mean, who doesn't want that, especially when you're having breakout problems? It's amazing. And I noticed too that I do have oily skin, like I said about a bajillion times. I like don't get oily with this at all. Like, I can come home from work and my makeup is in the same spot it was in when I left, which I have not found that in a foundation. I don't think ever, like, I have ever found a foundation that will do that for me. So 110% recommend this as well, especially for oily skin. Dry skin, I would definitely recommend using a like hydrating primer before, and I think you would be fine using it just as long as you use something hydrating beforehand. I still even use a primer even though I'm oily, and it works amazing for me, works wonders. It just is very hard to find your tone. Like I said, I have bought 6 of these. That sounds crazy when I say it. And I finally have found the right one. They all have very yellow undertones, extremely yellow undertones, to the point where even like the lightest shade on me, because I bought the lightest shade originally because I usually know what color I am in drugstore foundations, and I was like, this is completely wrong. The first like 1 or 2 shades have a slight pink undertone, just slightly, but the rest of them are extremely yellow undertones, so I do think that they could work on it in that way, get some more colors and whatnot. But other than that, definitely recommend. I would say give it a try. Worth the money completely. It is a little bit on the higher side for drugstore. It's like $11, 10 or 11, just depending on where you get it. But I think it's completely worth it. I absolutely love it. Go get one. So the next thing that I have to talk about, let's stick with makeup here, is this Wet n Wild contouring palette. And it looks like this. It's pretty big. If I can open it. It looks like this. It has like a highlight side and then a bronzer side, and I have mine in the lightest color, which is Dulce de Leche. And I must say, so there's a few bad things about this, but it's almost like bad, but like it almost makes it work better. I'll explain in a second. Anyways, so I got the lightest shade because, as you can see, I'm a lot more fair. I'm not, the dark one was like dark, like I would look like an Oompa Loompa. Anyways, so this one here, this bronzer is okay. The color payoff is fine and everything like that. It's nothing wrong with like the formulation. It's more just the color. Doesn't really go very well with my skin. It's a little bit too on the cool side, and it kind of just like blends away with my skin. It looks a little bit muddy, just not the right color. But this highlight shade, on the other hand, is amazing. I use it mostly, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to use it for, because at first, I don't know, I didn't bring out a brush to show you. I don't know, maybe I can show you my finger. Like, I don't know if you can see, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it at all, but so much comes off that, like, it's, like, look how messy, like, it just gets messy and so much of it comes off. but it's almost a good thing because I found that I use it to, I don't know why I hate using this word because I feel like I use it wrong, but I use it to bake. And I know that's like the weirdest thing ever. I have never tried baking. I didn't even know what it was until like a couple weeks ago. And I started trying it because I have such issues with like, I don't know if it's like my face shape or what. I have a very hard time like not getting my bronzer to like fall below like where it's supposed to be, if that makes sense. Like it ends up just going all over my cheeks no matter how hard I try to like carve it out. That's just like what it ends up doing. I don't know. And so I'll take this and I'll get a ton of it on my brush, and so that's where like the fallout comes in handy because I can get a ton of it and I just set it right here. And if you know what baking is, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know what baking is, it's basically where you take like a crazy amount of powder, usually under the eyes, or to carve out a contour, people use like yellow powder, like banana powder, or you can use like a highlight shade like this, which works fine for me. I'm sure I could use a yellow one too. This is just what I happen to like right now and what I have. So I'll take a whole bunch of this powder and I'll set it right here, and it looks like it's not blended at all. It's literally powder just caked onto your face sitting there, and you let it sit there. So I let it sit there while I do the rest of my makeup, you know, my mascara, whatever. And after I'm completely done with my makeup, I'll gently just kind of brush it away, and it just leaves this really nice glow right here, and it really helps carve out. I did it today. I don't know if you can tell, but light is like kind of intense right now. I did it today, and it just gives such a nice carve out to the cheeks. Hello. Hi. Coming to say hello. Don't mind him, I guess. I think he's bored. He's been like following me around all day. But yeah, getting back to makeup. So I really like it for that reason. So I don't really use the bronzer that much just because it's not really the right color. But other than that, I love the highlight shade. And this is from Wet n Wild, so it is pretty cheap. I think this was like $3 or $4. And I think banana powder can be pretty expensive depending on where you get it. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills makes some. There's one by Ben Nye. There's a lot out there. This just happens to work for me. So if you're on a budget, then I would definitely recommend this one. So this is actually something that I got in my BoxyCharm, I think it was last month, and I had a little trouble finding use for it because I normally don't use loose powders like this, but for some reason I just decided to try it. I think it kind of went along with this whole baking thing. I was like, well, if I like that this powder has fallout, like a lot of fallout, then maybe I'll like a loose powder. And so I still end up liking this one better because it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it and it's not like stark white. But I found out that if I bake my under eye area, because I have a huge problem with creasing in my under eye area, if I bake my under eye area, I notice that I just get such a gorgeous highlight under my eyes, and it just really makes the under my eyes like pop, rather than just being like the same skin tone, like the same as my skin tone, no dark circles, but just the same as my skin tone. It just gives a nice glow to under my eyes, and it is the Your Mineral Sweden transparent veil powder, and it has a very like not silicone-y, but like silky finish to it. And if I bake my under eyes just the same way you would do here, really pack it on, like completely pack it on after you put on your concealer and blend it out, pack it on under your eyes, and then, you know, do your blush, whatever, or just wait a few minutes, and then you like brush it away very lightly. Such a gorgeous under eye area. Like, I don't know what I was doing before this. I was struggling so much with my under eye area because I could just not find something that, you know, really gave me a highlight under my eyes, and I was getting frustrated. I'm like, why does this not look different? Like, I don't understand. I'm using the right concealer color. Like, what is going on? And ever since I've been using this, like 10 million times better. Seriously, like night and day difference under my eyes. I did it today. Again, I don't know if you can tell because of the light. It's a little bit strange. But yeah, I did it today. I absolutely love it. Let me zoom you in. Maybe if okay, so that's definitely a lot better. So you can see, this is really good. Okay, so you can see using this right here, this like highlighted area that I have going on right here is just from this powder, and that's it. I just literally packed it on right here, and then I let it sit, and then I just lightly brushed it away, and it gave me such a gorgeous glow. And then same thing with my under eyes. I packed this on under my eye area, let it sit, and then I just gently brushed it away, and it gave me such a nice highlight under my eyes, and that's actually all I have under my eyes today. And so it was just, it's such an insane difference. Like, I love this stuff. I will 110% be repurchasing. I'm like literally like new holy grail items, and I'm so glad I discovered baking. It sounded so silly at first, but, and then also one thing I'll show you too, I don't know if you can see again very well, but I am wearing the Covergirl Luminous makeup, and I have some pretty bad breakouts right now. I have some over here. I definitely have a lot of discoloration on my cheeks right now, and this is how it makes me look. I don't know if you can see very well. It really just gives me like such a nice natural sort of look to my skin. Like I don't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. I don't look like I have it caked on my face, and it's just, I absolutely love it. The way this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I was kind of scared when I bought this at first because I thought I got the wrong color. I got the color Taupe, and that's just because it's the only color that they had at my Target. For some reason, they didn't have any other color except for that one, but I really wanted to try it. And it looked okay. Like I swatched it on the back of my hand and it looked like it could work. And I still think it's too light, but at the same time, it's almost light enough to where like it makes me look like I have natural brows. Like they don't look super carved out. This is definitely a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills. They do the exact same thing. It's just kind of your preference. This one is $9.99. The Anastasia Beverly Hills one is $21. I do love the Anastasia one, but the kind of reason why I bought this was because I ran out of my Anastasia one and I didn't really want to fork over $21 at the time, so I wanted to give this a go. Definitely love it. I'm sure I'll be repurchasing it. It's also easier to get to because Anastasia products you can only get online or at Sephora, I believe. This is at Target, anywhere, Ulta, Walmart, like anywhere they sell NYX products, you will find this most likely. So I've been loving that lately. The next thing that I want to show you is something I recently just got also, and it is the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lolita. And I have heard so many good things about this shade, and it's one of those shades that it's literally never in stock, ever. Like I have never seen it in person in a store. I've always just seen where it says where Lolita is supposed to be and nothing's ever there. But I've heard people, you know, talk about it on YouTube, other makeup artists using it, and it is the most gorgeous color. It's like it's a lot darker on the skin, I feel like, but it is a very like dusty rose, like mauve sort of color. It is so gorgeous, insanely pigmented. It's definitely darker on the lips, like for sure. But it's so gorgeous. I have been wanting a liquid lipstick for the longest time. I've been waiting to get my hands on the ColourPop Ultra Matte liquid lipsticks, and they have been out of stock, and they just finally came in stock, so I'm going to be ordering some of those. But this is one that I saw Lolita, and I was like, I have to have it. I'm getting it now. Like, end of story. And these actually aren't too bad. They could be a lot worse. I know the Stila liquid lipsticks, I think, are like in the high 20s, and I think this is 20. So it's not too bad. It could be a lot worse, I feel like, but the color payoff is insane. They are a little bit drying, but I mean, that's kind of what you get with liquid lipsticks. Love it. Definitely try to get it if you can. And yeah, Lolita. Get Lolita. That's everything that I have for you for this month. I know that was a lot. My mouth hurts. I'm talking so much. But that's everything that I had to show you for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up so I know that you like it and I can do more videos like this one, and I can do one every month for you. But other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye! Come on, come on.